1 month later. And we're being Kojiro now. I try to reflect on life every morning. Keeps me grounded, keeps my mind busy. A busy mind is a happy mind. I like to assess myself like I'm judging my own life. Kojiro, 34. Not much more to me than my name. Done a lot of things I regret. A lot of things I don't. I'm happy overall, in a better place than I was a year ago. Stable job, small group of friends, couple of hobbies. Enough to live a satisfying life. I got ambitions, desires, passions, and fears. Who doesn't? I'm clever, at least in my own opinion. I speak a little French, a lot of Japanese, English not so much. Dad always told me girls like multilingual guys. Haven't proven that theory yet. Been a while since I was in a relationship and she never cared for my second language. There's someone new I'm interested in. She's strange, dark, deep. Like me. She's also into girls like you, Kojiro. She doesn't get me though, but I get her. I understand everything about her. Maybe she'll come around, maybe not. That's probably enough self-reflection for today. I get caught up sometimes, easy to slip too far inside my mind. Got things to do today, deliveries to make, the boss is cracking the whip. I've already eaten breakfast, that's one thing off my to-do list. Might need a coffee though. Should have time to stop by the cafe. I grab my keys, phone, wallet and a book for the train ride.
Later.
Habit of mine to say goodbye to empty rooms. Used to be funny in my school days. Not so funny anymore, but it stuck with me. I find it hard to break habits. I leave the apartment behind. It occurs to me that it might be the last time. Kojiro, you could get pets because you cannot leave a room at any time without saying a full goodbye. I can't even go to bed. I have to say, good night, Remy. Good night, Ro. Good night, Topanga. Good night, Kachansky. I love you all. Be good. This whole speech before I can even go to bed. And if I'm going out, I'm going to say goodbye to them all individually and tell them to behave themselves, tell them to be good, tell them I'll be back soon. Oh, let's quickly look at Remy being a slug, laying at his pellet bowl. That's the new cage setup. Because Kachansky's legs were really hurting last week, I have dismantled the cage, moved things around, built the cage on the other side of the room near the radiator, and Kachansky's cage is on the bottom now, so she doesn't have to use a ramp. So we've got a new setup. They seem to like it, and it's kind of weird because now they're behind me. Cage is behind me when I'm streaming. Probably not, but a possibility. My mind always thinks of such things, always prepared for the worst. Seriously, get a fish, Kojiro. Somebody to say goodbye to, and hello to, and good morning to. Get a fish! Benefit of living near the train station is not having to walk far, but the noise pierces my apartment. I've learned to sleep through it. The platform is quiet today, must have beaten the rush. Going straight to the factory today. That blonde girl will drive from there. Tomoe, always on the tip of my tongue. I like the factory, spent a lot of time there with Dad. He worked hard, but he always had time for me. But the factory is different now, colder, reminds me too much of the morgue. Not surprising though, not since Noriko made it her home. She calls it the corpse factory. Not a fan of the name. I like morbid things, but the factory meant a lot to me. Now it means nothing. It's just a place I go. I still see Dad there sometimes. I picture him working away. I know he's not really there, just my mind remembering better times. I miss him a lot. Hope he's proud of me. Hope he's proud of me filling his factory with corpses.
Can you help me load up?
Yeah.
The blonde girl is standing by a flatbed trolley. It's piled high with 4 cadavers. Each one is sealed in HRP. I take the trolley and steer it towards our van. The back door is already open. It's so weird saying HRP in this game, because there's the name of body bags in the game. But HRP used to be, I mean, it still is the name of historic royal palaces. It used to be my employer. And they are the owners and the people that run the Tower of London, Hampton Court Palace, Kensington Palace, Kew Gardens, Banqueting House. And so whenever I read HRP, it's like, oh, Tower of London bosses. I take the trolley and steer it towards our van. The back door is already open. A quiet peek inside reveals Noriko is not hiding within.
Okay.
Are they having to check every time now? She has completely gone doolally. I hoist the first cadaver off the trolley and load it into the van. The second one follows, then the third. I wipe a trickle of sweat from my brow. Hot today. Should take off my coat. Maybe later. One more cadaver on the trolley. Into the van it goes.
You're pretty quick at this.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, why are you still helping her?
Loyalty?
Yeah, right.
She means a lot to me. Even if I don't mean much to her.
I don't think anyone means much to her anymore.
Might be right.
I look straight at the girl. Not the type I'd normally associate with. Girls like her usually think I'm a freak, or not normal. Either or. But we've gotten to know each other a little. Wouldn't call her a friend yet. You can barely remember her name.
Why do you still hang around?
Dunno. All this shit freaked me out from the start, but it's weird. Feels like we're achieving something, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it ain't right. Just feels like I got a purpose now.
Purpose.
I can't count how many people have died because of us. The last month has been wild. But I don't even lose sleep over it anymore.
Neither.
Remember how guilty she was at the first one?
Never did.
Figures. I'm probably gonna go to hell.
I'm probably gonna go to hell.
Hell.
You know, for all the bad shit I've been doing. Even if I'm not actually killing people, I'm still enabling it. Don't you ever think we're gonna go to hell?
Don't believe in the place.
I never used to, but just been thinking lately, that's all. But between this and working at the office part-time, I can send some decent cash to my kid brother and sister, you know? Now that Noriko's paying us anyway.
You're getting paid?
Oh shit, you're not?
Joking. I'm getting paid.
That would have been awkward.
That would have been hysterical. That would have been hysterical if she was playing Tomoe and not paying him. That would have been so Noriko. It's like, she is completely for the ladies. The girl yawns and shuffles on the spot. She looks back to the factory. The roller door at the loading dock is wide open.
Bring the trolley?
Okay.
She walks away. I grab the trolley and wheel it back to the loading dock. So he mentioned it was really hot, and they're putting corpses in a factory that, as far as I remember, doesn't have any refrigeration. This is going to be pleasant. I abandon the trolley and step inside the factory.
You here?
The outline of a sleeping body in the corner begins to stir. I make my way to the futon lying on the cold concrete floor. It's a worn-out thing, frayed fabric, torn edges. Lying on top of it, covered by a thin blanket, is the girl of my dreams.
Huh? What time is it?
Time to get up.
Come on.
Got work to do.
Aw. How many deliveries today?
Ask the other girl. I'm just the muscle.
I reach my hand out to her same way I do every morning. She never takes it. Instead, she slowly climbs to her feet without assistance. She's still wearing yesterday's clothes, yesterday's makeup, yesterday's sweat. She's gorgeous.
When are you going back home?
This is my home now.
You need a shower.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. My place smells terrible, like rotting flesh. I can't get the odor out. It's been getting worse since I first moved in there.
This place smells too. Look at what's around you.
I gesture towards the racks of cadavers that fill the factory. We acquired some warehouse racking some time ago. It didn't take long for us to fill most of the shelves with cadavers. The industrial air condition we installed staves off the decay for a little while, but not long enough. We try not to let each cadaver remain here for more than a few days. But sometimes we forget. And it's so cold here all the time. It's not like Dad's factory at all. The stench could make anyone's eyes water. We just seem to be getting used to it.
I like it here. The smell here is different. It's nice.
Okay. You probably have requests to work on. I'll leave you be.
Noriko doesn't say anything. A thoughtful expression covers her face. I make my way back towards the trolley. We've been overwhelmed with work lately. Seems like Corpse Girl's website has become the next big trend in Japan. Dozens of requests pouring every day. A lot of people are wanted dead. I don't care about the reasons why, I just do the work. It's all for Noriko. Couldn't care less about Corpse Girl's ambitions or whatever she normally says. I want to prove to her that I'm useful, good, worthy. This is the only way I can think of to earn her love. I told her I was doing it for corpses, wanted to get my hands on some for myself. But that was a lie, all of it. Why would I need her to acquire corpses? I work at a morgue. I've been stealing them for years. Just needed her to believe she could motivate me, bargain with me, control me. When she achieves her goal, whatever it may be, I'll talk to her, a heart to heart. Maybe I'll even propose. Can't let a girl like her slip away. She's too precious, too beautiful, too brooding and macabre and gay. She's gay. I need her. It's as simple as that. Since the first time I laid eyes on her over a year ago, that day she moved into her apartment, I've kept close by ever since. I thought you knew who she was before you met in the library. I'm not letting go of my theory that he's connected to, related to the first death. Maybe he's the one that killed the first victim. She kept bringing up the first victim and saying it had to be a murder, but how did the murderer kill exactly to the picture that she doctored? I can't let go of my theory that it's him. So now we know he's been stalking her before they met. In quotes, met. I must have her. I will have her. I'll do anything for Noriko. Physical labour always makes me hungry, a normal human trait, I would assume. I take a seat at the restaurant and place an order once the waitress arrives. Waiting for a meal is boring. I decide to read. Today's book is Fausse Photographie. Borrowed it from Noriko. She doesn't know. When I flip open the cover, I'm reminded of why I started coming here. I once saw Noriko at this very same restaurant. She was eating almond rice and reading Strange Flower. She didn't eat much, 3 mouthfuls if I recall correctly. But she read her book until the restaurant closed. I learned then that she's a girl that would rather feed her mind than her body. I'm personally the opposite. I love to eat. but I find Noriko's traits endearing. It's hard not to fall for someone in love with educating herself. It's also touched my heart that she chose to read the book I lent her. Come to think of it, I never did get that back from her. It's probably overdue at the library now. Maybe I shouldn't show my face there again. Add to the list of places I can't visit anymore. My meal arrives. Omurice. I dig in. It's tasty. I assume this is Noriko's favourite. Funnily enough, it was Dad's favourite too. I devour the dish in a few minutes. It, like to lick the plate clean, always earns a funny look from the staff. The heat from the meal has fogged up my glasses. I take them off and wipe them clean on my shirt.
I know you.
Thanks to my natural blurry vision, I can't see who sits down across from me. I quickly return my glasses to their rightful place.
Kojimbo, right? Kojiro. I don't think so. Trust me. You are? Junpei Matsumoto.
The rotund stranger offers his hand to me. I don't reciprocate the gesture.
Can I help you? Nah, man. Just hanging, you know? Saw you here, wanted to say, what's up? What's up? I don't know you. I'll be going. Stay a while. Let's talk about Corpse Girl.
The stranger's words prevent me from standing up. I glare at him.
What about Corpse Girl? She's killed a lot of people, right? Like a hell of a lot of people. Probably. I don't know. Come on, man. You're in her crew, yeah? I seen you lifting at the morgue. You run that white piece of shit van, am I right? I don't... Careful now. If I can find you, it can't be that hard for the cops to pinch you. What do you want?
They're so clumsy.
Like I said, just wanted to say what's up.
The foul man leans across the table. His hot breath reeks more than the factory.
I want to know how you guys do it.
So, if he knows it's Noriko, is that why he's with Aoi?
How do you get up every morning knowing that there's a killer out there even more powerful and successful than Corpse Girl?
I know exactly what he's referring to. I try not to let my face betray me. It's true that Corpse Girl has some tough competition. Around the time Noriko targeted her sister, somebody hacked Corpse Girl's website. Ever since then, a new string of deaths have raged across Tokyo like wildfire. Deaths not caused by Corpse Girl. It started off with the copycat killer stealing Noriko's requests. People that were sentenced to death via Corpse Girl's website were found dead before we could reach them. But that didn't last long. After a while, completely unrelated people were being found dead across the city, people whose deaths had never been requested through the website. Because of that, we stopped worrying about it. Noriko was happy as long as her own victims weren't being poached. She didn't care if someone else was running a similar operation, as long as they kept their hands off her prey. I haven't given it much thought since. And then this guy appears out of nowhere. It's pretty damn obvious that he's involved with a copycat killer. He's seen me around, knows what I've been doing, knows that there are two separate powers out there killing. Doesn't take much to figure him out.
What's your method? Excuse me? You kill faster than Corpse Girl. How? Whoa there, buddy. I don't kill anyone. Here, check this shit.
The Human Removal Service. We remove unwanted human beings. Take advantage of our free and efficient removal solutions. Fill a name and address of a human being you would like removed. It looks similar to Corpse Girl's website, but it's not the same. I read the name of the site out loud.
The Human Removal Service. Nice, huh? What is this? Just read it.
I do as I'm told. There's a paragraph information below the site's title. We remove unwanted human beings. Take advantage of our free and efficient removal solutions. Fill in the name and address of a human being you would like removed. Following the text is a form to be filled out just like the one on Corpse Girl's website. I think I get it. This is the copycat's own website. They are running an identical operation, accepting user requests for victims' details and then somehow carrying out the killings. But how far do the similarities extend? Are they creating corpse photos to send the victims? Are they forcing victims to kill themselves or carrying out premeditated murder? Are they delivering corpses to the victims?
You involved with this?
Nah, just a fan. Used to be a Corpse Girl fanboy. That shit was wild. Then I discovered this site. It's so much cooler. More profesh, you know?
The guy leans in once more.
I even used this site once.
What happened?
The guy I wanted to die, he disappeared off the face of the planet within 24 hours. Can you believe it? And they're offering the service for free.
There's no doubt about it, this guy is involved with the copycat and this website. He's here to taunt me, pressure me. He knows who I am. But what's his endgame?
Can I try the site?
Sure, man. Type the web address into your phone.
I retrieve my phone from my pocket and enter the site's address. It loads quickly, the human removal service. I bookmark the site, then scroll down to fill in the name field.
Was it Matsumoto?
What?
Yes.
I type in Junpei Matsumoto, the next field requests an address.
Where do you live?
Hey, wait just a second. What the F are you doing?
Address, please.
You're a psycho. Don't put in my details.
Why are you worried? Not like the killer would target an accomplice.
Of course not, but still. Such a dick move.
Got him. I stand up and pocket my phone.
Later, Junpei.
Freaking weirdo.
His face has contorted into a foul grimace like he just swallowed something sour. I leave the restaurant. Junpei Matsumoto essentially confessed that he's involved with the human removal service. He agreed that he wouldn't be targeted if I entered his name on the website. He admitted to being an accomplice. Don't know if he figured out what I figured out, don't care. I need to tell Noriko. She's asleep in the corner as usual. Her laptop is beside her, the power cable is plugged into a portable generator. She's still in the same clothes, she's wearing the same old makeup. I wouldn't change a thing about her. How I wish I could lay down next to her.
Wake up.
She stirs, I extend my hand.
Kojiro? It's still early.
Need to talk. It's important.
She rubs her eyes and yawns.
What is it?
Look.
I hold out my phone and show her the copycat website. Her eyes widen as she slowly reads the text. Her jaw drops ever so slightly and she looks at me in shock.
How did you find this? I've been searching for weeks. I've tried so hard to find how the copycat is choosing victims. But there's absolutely nothing about this anywhere.
Met a guy yesterday. Someone involved with the site.
You're kidding.
Serious. Junpei Matsumoto. Big guy. Rude. Unlikable. Knew who I was. Knew about the morgue.
Shit. He knows?
Don't know how. We need to kill him.
How? If he knows our methods, he won't just kill himself when he gets delivered a corpse. He'll just laugh it off.
No, I know that. We really kill him.
Noriko is silent. It's the unthinkable. Something we've never done before.
I don't know if I can.
I can do it.
I don't want to kill the guy. I need to kill him. It's for our own safety. With him alive, our secrets are compromised. He knows me. He may very well know Noriko.
Junpei Matsumoto? Why does that name sound so familiar?
Check his profile.
Noriko doesn't waste any time in bringing up his noise profile.
Oh, shit!
I I peer over our phone. Sure enough, the profile picture matches what he looked like. Hard to forget a guy like that.
This is Aoi's boyfriend.
Aoi, your friend.
Aoi, the girl that Noriko never stops talking about, the cute and shy one. The one I followed more than a few times out of curiosity. Wanted to see what constitutes a friend of Noriko's. Needed some tips. Is she dating Junpei? Strange
Is
match.
this for real? I met Junpei some time ago. Maybe last month?
I see. Are they still together?
As far as I know, I haven't spoken to Aoi in a while. Wait, I wonder.
What?
Never mind. I need to think some things over.
Okay.
Kojiro, you remember the photo of my sister's corpse, right? Not the one that I crafted. The other one I found on her phone.
Sure.
You remember the instructions written on it?
Stab Shuji at the party, right?
Spot on. The copycat must send instructions written on corpse photos. I have a feeling the instructions always relate to killing other people. Other people whose deaths have been requested.
I get it. Kill two birds with one stone. Send one corpse photo to a victim and have them kill another victim. It's efficient.
That's how they've racked up so many deaths so quickly.
Exactly. We can only rely on news reports for the numbers, but it's pretty clear that the copycat has claimed a few hundred lives in the past month at least.
And we're up to 164.
Yes.
164 deaths caused by Corpse Girl. But we've delivered twice as many corpses as that. Our success rate is about 50%, and it has been dropping rapidly. It would seem that Corpse Girl's rising popularity is having a detrimental effect on our success rate. As public knowledge of Corpse Girl increases, the fear of receiving a corpse decreases. People are starting to figure out how the method works. If they don't cave into fear, they don't kill themselves. It's that simple. In most cases which the victim has survived, they simply brush off the attempt on their life. They call the police, have the corpse removed, they go on with life.
We haven't been doing so well lately. But the deaths across Tokyo, the ones unrelated to us, are expanding at an exponential rate.
Seems that way.
Then our rival has a more foolproof method of killing. Is it as simple as adding instructions to a corpse photo? Threatening someone with death unless they carry out the instructions? And then, if victim A receives a corpse photo, follows the instructions, and kills victim B, how does victim A also end up dead? Surely it's not suicide at that point. Why follow the instructions to spare your life and then kill yourself anyway? It doesn't add up. How are they killing so many people so quickly?
Don't know.
It's true, I have no idea. I pride myself on always being in the know, but this is beyond even me. However, I do know how to find out.
Maybe I'll pay Junpei a visit. See what information I can extract.
I don't like it, but it may be our only chance. Get as much information as you can from him. Then, dispose of him.
Her words cause a flare of adrenaline inside me. I won't let her down. She has given me a task, an important task. I'll show her what I can do.
On it.
Good luck, Kojiro. And be careful.
Course. Later.
I'm thankful that Noriko looks away just before a smirk splits my face in half. Shin, hello! How are you doing? This is a very, very, very dark visual novel, so just brace yourself. How are you, lovely? Let's show you the guinea pigs. Remy's having some hay and Rogue is sleeping. I'm having a creepy month. There we go. Peeky peekies! I take my leave. There we go. Oh, Rogue's having a run. Quite a bit of time has passed since he went inside the maid cafe. Can't imagine eating meal takes this long. Unless there's something shady going on, he should have come out by now. My knees are beginning to hurt from crouching. I could stand up, but then I'd be more visible. Crouching at the corner of this alley suits me just fine. My knees should hold. I have a perfect view of the entrance. I've taken note of every single person entering and exiting. But he hasn't come back out. His noise post from earlier was right on the money. He said he would visit the maid cafe, and sure enough, I watched him enter. Could be he knows I'm tailing him. Whole thing could be a ruse. He might have an escape route. But I already scoped out the alley behind the cafe. There's no other exit. Front only. Could he have climbed out a window? Doubt it. Big guy. Not very fit. Even if he'd attempted such a feat, I surely would have overheard the struggle. I'll keep watch here. Can't be that much longer. According to Noise, he comes here often, his favourite place. Likely when he met Aoi. She still works here according to Noriko. What does Aoi see in him? What does Noriko see in Aoi for that matter? The girl is boring. Cute, sure, but no outward personality. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Hard to tell when you only watch from afar. There he is. I have to follow him. Can't confront him here. Looks like he's heading towards the station. Easy. Here goes. Can't believe this guy travelled to the very end of the train line. Took nearly an hour to get here. If his home is all the way out here, why does he travel so far just to visit a maid cafe? He wandered into this underground parking lot, so I'm guessing his apartment building is above the little tomb. No one else around.
Hey, is someone there?
Guess I'm not as stealthy as I thought.
Huh? Kojimbo?
Junpei Matsumoto.
The fuck? You follow me home, dude?
That's right. Have some questions.
Not cool, man. Could've just DM'd me.
No.
I stride up to him and press my chest against his rotund belly. Standing this close, it's easy to see that he's actually younger than I thought. I'm nearly a full head higher than him. Despite his bulky build, I don't think I'd have any trouble crushing him in a fist fight.
Back off, dude. I'm warning you.
I don't think I'll do that. Question 1.
Hey, I ain't playing your games.
Who runs the human removal service?
I ain't telling you that.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
Fuck you, man.
Question 3.
Shut up!
What is your role? I've listed the questions in order of importance. Please answer.
Junpei pulls his head back and spits in my face. The disgusting glob of saliva dribbles down my cheek. I snap 2 of his fingers. Ouch!
Holy fuck!
The knuckles within his blubbery digits break inside my fist as I bend them the wrong direction. Ouch! I savor the sensation of shattered bone grinding against shattered bone as his knuckles splinter and pierce his skin.
Question 1. Who runs the human removal service?
Junpei wrenches his hand away from mine. He clenches his other fist. He looks prepared to launch it in my face. The punch connects perfectly against my jaw. I cock my head a little, riding the momentum of the impact. A tooth comes loose in my mouth. I think it's a bottom canine. I swallow it. Turning my head back, I lock eyes with Junpei.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
Shit! You want another fist in the face? My freaking fingers!
Question 3. What is your role?
Junpei tries to lash out with a kick to my shins. He's slow. He's just not cut out for a fight. I step aside and his leg flails limply. Completely off balance, he falls and lands on his rear. I move towards him and stand over his recumbent body.
I've listed the questions in order of importance. Please answer.
Help me! Someone help me! This psycho is trying to kill me!
I can't help but sigh loudly. I run my tongue along my gums, feeling for the gap created by my missing tooth. Definitely a canine that I swallowed. Bit of an inconvenience, have to get a false tooth now. Wonder if Noriko will think less of me.
Question 1.
Fuck you!
He madly tries to kick at my ankles. His feet slap against mine with no force or pressure.
Who runs the human removal service?
The guttural, beastly growl that spills from his mouth is the desperation of a cornered dog. I don't much believe in kicking someone when they're down, figuratively nor literally. I kick him in the ribs and his howl of anguish repeats itself. Sometimes you have to do things you don't believe in. I kick him again and again and again. One of his three ribs shatter against the toe of my shoe. It's a crunching sensation, like kicking the ribs of a cadaver. I suppose a comparison isn't really necessary.
Please!
The slow, desperate plea is completely different from the urgent howls of frustration just moments ago. Beaten and wounded, the dog is panting heavily, his tongue lolling against the asphalt.
Question 2. How are the victims of the website killed?
A moment's silence prompts me to prepare my foot for another flurry of kicks. But a meek answer I don't foresee causes my body to
Our
stiffen.
Herald. He carries out all the killings personally.
I frown and the motion causes a sharp pain to shoot through my bleeding gums.
Your herald?
The dog spits blood down his shirt and groans.
He's a visionary. A prophet. And he's immortal. He's more powerful than Corpse Girl ever was. Every person targeted by the human removal service is removed by the Herald's hand.
This wasn't the explanation I was expecting. I thought the operation was similar to Corpse Girls. Send a corpse photo to the victim, urge them to kill themselves, or give them instructions to kill someone else. That was what Noriko and I discussed. That was the conclusion we reached. I don't like being proven incorrect. I bring my foot into Junpei's ribs one more time, and he hardly flinches. He simply exhales and absorbs
Question
the force.
3. What is your role?
I think the dog is unconscious. I tilt my neck from side to side and hear a comforting crack and pop that relieves the tension in my muscles. I crouch down and press my fingers to his wrist. The pulse is strong and his breathing is regular. He won't die, not unless I take action now. I told Noriko I'd kill him. I told her I'd take care of our problems.
Junpei?
A girl's voice, soft and not unpleasant, but worried, terrified. I stand once more to see the concerned face before me.
What did you do to Junpei?
Aoi Seto, Noriko's friend, best friend, and the girlfriend of Junpei Matsumoto.
Sauce.
I need to leave. Aoi doesn't know my identity. She doesn't know I'm involved with Noriko. If I escape now, Aoi will never link this assault to Noriko. Well, that's option 1. Option 2?
Get out of here, you psycho!
No, I can't think about option 2. If Aoi got hurt, Noriko would never forgive me. I can return to finish Junpei another day. I know where he lives now after all.
Later.
I turn on my heel and leave the sobbing girl to tend to her wounded dog. When I was with Shizuko, I became really fascinated with brewing coffee. She bought me a handheld bean grinder and a French press for my birthday. To thank her, I made frequent trips to the market to buy freshly roasted beans. I would lose track of the hours I spent carefully grinding the beans and aiming to brew the perfect cup. But Shizuko never enjoyed coffee, never had a taste for it. I didn't give up. I kept refining my technique, kept experimenting with different beans and roasts in an attempt to craft something she would find palatable. She died and I threw the French press in the trash. I just visited the cafe now for my morning coffee. I donated the handheld grinders to this cafe. More specifically, I gave it to the cute waitress here. Maybe it was callous of me to discard the gift that Shizuko gave me. It should have torn me apart to throw something that symbolized what we had together. But 3 years isn't so important in the grand scheme of a lifetime. Besides, I have someone else now. Well, I don't have her, but I want her. Noriko reminds me of Shizuko in some ways. In other ways, they couldn't be more opposite. When the takeout coffee I ordered is ready, I leave my money on the counter and grab the paper cup. A quick sip of the piping hot brew fills me with renewed life. The liquid scalds the area where my tooth used to be. Not much for it. I'll go to the dentist some other time. Coffee in hand, I leave the cafe and make my way to my next destination. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing. That doesn't always do it for me, but it's nice to escape the bustle of the city. Plus, they always carry works by my favourite authors, but the librarians don't pay me any mind. I think they're at a loss to recommend books that fit my tastes. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and wonders if I'm a creep. Nobody cares about my unshaven face or crinkled clothes. Nobody looks at me and asks if I miss Shizuko. I wish somebody would ask. Just once. It would be nice to know somebody cares, even if I don't. But no one knew Shizuko. No one knew she was in my life, and no one knows she's gone. I haven't even told Noriko about her. I think she has enough on her mind right now. I'll tell her when the time is right. After wandering around the library aisles and aimlessly, I pick a tome from the shelf at random and find a couch to sit on. Comfortable at last, I sip my coffee and thumb through the book I've acquired. It would seem I've selected an autobiography about a famed painter I've never heard of. It will do for now. I'll read anything. I skim through the preface, and the first chapter. My fingers pick up speed as I thumb through the pages, never absorbing more than the first line of any particular page. Boring, dribble, I can't read this. I toss the book aside and rest a closed fist underneath my chin. I'm not normally this restless. Usually I'm focused and driven. But as it's my birthday and Shizuko isn't here to get me a gift, perhaps I regret throwing away the French press. It was the most thoughtful birthday gift I've ever received. Perhaps I just regret losing Shizuko, I don't know. If this were any other day, I wouldn't waste my time dwelling on this past. I thought I was above giving this day more significance than any other. 35. Fuck, where do the years go? Time really does slip through your fingers. Hell, it even been more than a year since I met Noriko. Technically, I doubt she remembers our first meeting. I peer around the library and find a smile forming on my face. She probably thinks we met here just a few months ago. I asked her some trivial questions, something about Lovecraft or Cthulhu, then I introduced myself. But hell, the first time we bumped into each other was at my apartment. Well, her apartment. It was a fully furnished apartment, didn't have to take much with me when I left. He used to live there, but it looks much the same today as it did back then. I returned to collect a few last things, a couple of blankets in the closet, a broom and dustpan, a few knuckle bones, the usual stuff. And I wanted to say goodbye one final time. To my surprise, she was there. She was chatting to the landlord, casually inquiring about the terms of the lease. I must have frozen in my tracks when I saw her. I know that I spent a good few minutes simply staring at her. She was beautiful, gorgeous, breathtaking. And she looked like Shizuko. She looked so much like Shizuko. She shook hands with the landlord. She said her name aloud, Noriko Kurosawa. Her name stuck in my mind and replayed over and over in my head. The landlord accepted her offer for the apartment. Noriko would be moving in, making the place her home, my place. I must have bumped my shoulder into her by accident when I tried to squeeze past. She apologized. I apologized.
Zaz was just leaving.
Oh, no, please. It was my fault. I'm very sorry. Did you live here?
Yeah.
I see. Thank you for taking care of the place. I'll be moving in soon.
I see.
Did you like it here?
Yes, very much so. It was home.
I'm glad. I hope that I feel just as comfortable here.
I nodded but didn't pull my eyes from her face. She walked away after gracing me with a polite bow. The Noriko from back then was healthier than the girl I know now. She's become a little more than a skeleton, skin and bones, but her keen mind hasn't dulled. And she's still gorgeous, still takes my breath away, just like Shizuko once did. But she refuses to leave the factory. She refuses to return to her apartment. Occasionally Tomoe will go and fetch the things she needs, clothes, tiny portions of food, coffee mostly. At some point I got delegated to selecting the most suitable cadavers from the morgue. Also, Noriko doesn't have to visit the morgue herself. She gives me a bunch of photos and it's on me to pick and choose the cadavers that best match them. Not my favourite work, it's tedious and I don't have the eye for detail that she does. But I do what I can.
Ouch.
My phone begins vibrating violently in my back pocket. I didn't realise I was sitting on it.
Yo,
Where the hell are you?
library.
Don't you have deliveries to make today?
I'm just taking the morning off.
You didn't ask me about that.
I told Tomoe.
Well, she didn't mention anything about it to me.
Zaz, I'll see you in a few hours anyway. I just wanted to chill this morning. My birthday.
It's your birthday?
Yeah,
I didn't know. Happy birthday.
thanks.
Okay, I'll see you this afternoon. Bye.
Later.
She sounded mad at me. In my defence, I haven't taken a day off from Corpse Girl's work for weeks. Didn't think taking this morning off would be too much to ask. Apparently it rubbed her the wrong way. But juggling this work as well as my morgue duties is tiring. Don't get much time for myself. Don't get much time to think. Probably why Shizuku's face doesn't pop into my mind as much as it used to. My theory anyway. I drain the remnants of my coffee cup. After returning the unread book to the shelf, I leave the library.
I'm home.
I close the front door behind me. My place is always dark. The tiniest sliver of light filters in through the gap between the closed curtains. I like it this way. I spend countless nights underneath the unholy light of the morgue. That fluorescent glow messes with my eyes. So I keep my apartment dark. It's comforting. The place is small, smaller than my last apartment, at any rate, Noriko's apartment. A tiny living space, one bedroom, a kitchenette. The bathroom is pitiful, half-sized tub with a shower head above it. A toilet, no sink. I need to use the kitchen sink after finishing my business. But it's home. Moving here after deciding to leave my old place was the change I needed after Shizuko died. I threw away so much of my life from back then. I'm almost a completely different person now. Almost. I've kept my habits, mannerisms, the parts of me that people find weird or off-putting. Can't help it, that's just how I am. All those quirky attributes that Shizuko couldn't stand. They're still with me. She's gone and I'm still here.
Come on.
I shake my head at the sound of my own voice. What a birthday. What a pointless day. Dwelling on the past doesn't suit me. I move on from Shizuko a long time ago. I'm only stuck on her today because of my birthday, because this day reminds me of that damn French press she bought for me. But it's gone now, and she's gone. All that remains is me. That's the way it's always been, probably the way it always will be.
Enough. Time for work.
I don't feel like staying in and relaxing. I shuffle towards the tall, narrow cabinet in the far corner of my living space. I hoist the door open and look at my clean white coat. It's not stained or dusty like the one I keep on display near the window. It's my good coat, the one I reserve for special days like my birthday. The white coat is resting comfortably on a white mannequin inside the white cabinet. I hate the colour white, it serves no purpose. Despite its useless colour, the mannequin holding the coat does serve a purpose. It carries my treasured possessions. Perhaps mannequin isn't the most fitting word for it, but it will do. As I grab my coat, the sleeve catches on the mannequin's fingers. I tug at it gently and manage to release the coat from the mannequin's bony limb.
Later.
Is that her? Is that your ex-girlfriend's body? Habit of mine to say goodbye to empty rooms. It used to be funny when rooms were truly empty. Not so funny anymore, not when that face stares back at me from within the cabinet. Nothing to do about it. It's at his girlfriend's body.
Happy birthday!
As he stuffed his girlfriend.
Thanks.
I don't have a gift for you. I'm sorry.
All good.
Noriko runs her hand along her opposite arm shyly, not like her to act so awkward and embarrassed.
I just didn't know. That's all.
I know.
She seems truly disappointed in herself for not knowing about my birthday.
I looked at my noise feed, and it even has a notification that today's the day. I'm sorry. I don't have a reasonable excuse.
It's fine. Really. What's on the agenda today?
I want to break away from this discussion. I hate my birthday. I hate Shizuku for leaving me. Noriko sweeps a stray strand of hair behind her ear and contemplates the question.
12 deliveries. Tomoe has already prepped the bodies. She's waiting in the van. I've sent the photos to the victims.
Only 12 today?
We're not getting many new requests. All of today's deliveries are just part of our backlog. There aren't many corpses left here, actually. We've managed to work our way through most of them. Have to visit the morgue again soon.
I see.
Things seem to be slowing down. The copycat is stealing our business. I just know it.
Maybe.
Oh, that reminds me. Whatever happened to Aoi's boyfriend?
What do you mean?
I can't believe I forgot about it. You were going to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow I'd forgotten about that too. Caught up in my own head today. Junpei Matsumoto.
Is he dead?
Unlikely.
Noriko's pout prompts me to explain.
Heard him good, but Aoi arrived before I could go further.
Shit. Did she see you?
Yeah. She doesn't owe me, though.
I suppose. Wait. You didn't hurt Aoi, did you?
The tone of panic in her gasping voice is impossible to disregard.
Of course not.
Aoi's innocent, you know? She can't get caught up in all this.
I know.
I'd never hurt a friend of Noriko's. Unless they hurt me first. Self-defense or something.
So, what do we do about Junpei? If he's still alive, he knows that you're involved with the morgue and with Corpse Girl.
Don't know. Actually, he did say something interesting.
What did he say?
I quote, "Every person targeted by the human removal service is removed by the Herald's hand." End quote.
The Herald? Who the fuck is the Herald? Did you mishear? Was it supposed to be Gerald?
Herald. Apparently some prophet. A visionary. Junpei says he's immortal.
Immortal? You're not serious.
Every killing is carried out by him personally.
What the hell? How is that even possible? How can someone kill so many people without getting caught?
I shrug. My tongue subconsciously licks the gap where my tooth once was.
Guess he's good.
What a pain in the ass.
Anyway, I'll take care of those deliveries.
Thanks. I'm going to try and dig up something.
Dig up?
Not literally. Information.
Had me excited there for a moment.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Don't worry. You'll be the first person I tell if I decide to go digging up bodies.
Thanks.
I throw Noriko a lazy wave and take my leave.
You finally good to go?
Yeah.
Good. I want to get this over with.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks.
It's funny to think that Tomoe knows about my birthday. I assume she read about it on Noise since we're now friends.
Get any prezzies?
Not one.
Lame. What do you like? I'll buy you something.
Really? You'd do that for me?
Of course. He may be a creep, but birthdays are the best. Everyone deserves a present.
I think she's being nice. Not a fan of being called a creep.
Well, I'd like a French press.
Would I?
What's that?
A coffee press.
Oh, I know those. Yeah, sure. I'll order you one. Cool?
Cool. Thanks.
Sure. Happy birthday, Kojiro.
Surprisingly, she steps forward and gives me a short hug. It feels nice. Contact. She's warm, not like Noriko, or the way I imagine Noriko to be. Her hair smells wonderful, like coconut. I'm not sure sniffing it on purpose. I'm not trying to pay up my reputation as a creep, but it's impossible not to smell it when you're this close. Her fingers tap against my back a few times and then she releases the hug. A smile as warm as her touch spreads across her face.
Come on, let's get going.
Yeah.
Tomoe opens up the van driver's side door and scoots inside. As the door shuts behind her, I can't help but entertain the thought of what she would be like to have as a girlfriend, a partner, a lover. She's nicer than I originally thought. Heart's in the right place. But she's not Noriko. I shake the fleeting thought from my mind and urge myself to get on with things. Delivery time. Morgue duties have felt mundane lately, boring, pointless. Lots of things I'd rather be doing. Had to come in early today thanks to an influx of deceased patients from the hospital. Bodies get passed through the hospital halls and land in my lab, unceremoniously. They need tagging, they need to be added to inventory, need to be stored. Cadavers are cadavers are needier than some people. Don't know where I'm going to store this lot. Running out of room in this place. Only a handful of cold chambers still available. Ooh! Scooby! I can thank the human removal service for that. This isn't the only morgue in the area, but it's one of the biggest. A lot of cadavers end up here. A lot of victims. Weeks ago, I used to smile every time one of Corpse Girl's victims entered this hallowed place. It was kind of poetic. Noriko cherry-picked corpses from this morgue. Those corpses were delivered to victims. The victims died and they ended up here as fresh cadavers, ready to repeat the cycle. It was beautiful. The circle of death. The circle of death. Now it's rare for Corpse Girl's victims to arrive. More common they're victims of the human removal service. At least that's my speculation. When multiple homicide victims arrive on your doorstep every day, it's not hard to piece things together. Lacerations, dismembered limbs, rope marks, bludgeoned skulls. Myriad mortal wounds inflicted on the flesh. I always suspected Corpse Girl's copycat was behind the sheer amount of deaths raging across Tokyo. Seeing the fruits of copycat's labour firsthand convinced me that we're not dealing with simple suicides. And Junpei Matsumoto's words still ring clearly in my ears. Our herald, he carries out all the killings personally. It all adds up. Corpse Girl has truly met her match. While the human removal service continues to claim countless lives, Corpse Girl's success is rapidly declining. Much to Noriko's chagrin, Corpse Girl has become so well known that the general public no longer fears her. Like a figure from folklore or fictional character, everybody knows the name Corpse Girl, but only truly gullible believe she can kill people. I call it the Bloody Mary effect. If someone is predisposed to believe in a horrific entity, they will convince themselves that said entity truly exists. When targeted by Corpse Girl, such a person will succumb to suicide in an attempt to escape a potentially more grisly fate. In reality, they simply play right into the trap that Corpse Girl laid for them. Those that treat Corpse Girl as no more than an entertaining piece of folklore, like Bloody Mary, are immune to the fear. Someone like this can receive a photo of their own corpse and shrug it off as no more of a threat than a spam email. It's ironic that the success Noriko sought for so long is the very thing that has rendered Corpse Girl's methods ineffective. I wouldn't say all of this to Noriko's face. She's well aware of the situation. As for the human removal service, no one seems to know about it. There's no mention of it anywhere on the internet, anywhere I can access at any rate. Police investigating the string of homicides haven't mentioned it. If the site relies on users to request deaths, I'm at a loss as how people are learning about it. It truly seems to be some sort of shadow organization, except for the fact that Junpei Matsumoto essentially walked right up to me and revealed himself. I don't know his motives for doing so, and I don't know how he found out I'm involved with Corpse Girl's work. I really should take care of him. Well, Noriko has never been subtle. She screamed it at the top of her lungs in a mall. A knock at the door. I rub my eyes and sit up slowly. Must have fallen asleep in my chair again. Still groggy, I get up and look through the front door's peephole. A single lonely package sits on the doormat. Don't know where it came from. Haven't ordered anything online lately. I swing the door open and pick up the plain brown parcel. Something rattles inside. Bringing it indoors, I slip my thumb underneath the packing tape and tear it open. Nestled on a bed of packing foam is a white box adorned with the image of a French press.
A coffee maker.
Tomoe. That's right. This is a gift from Tomoe. She really bought me a birthday gift, something that I truly wanted. My friend Tomoe. After putting the package down, I retrieve my phone and open up Noise. Thank you for the birthday present. You got it already? Just now. It's a good brand too. Sweet. Glad you like it. Maybe I'll brew you a cup one day. Haha. Yes, please. Extra sugar. You got it. Tomoe doesn't send a follow-up message. I take that to mean the conversation has expired. It feels good that she did such a nice thing for me. Almost forgotten what it's like to have someone care. Pity she has a boyfriend. Never stops going on about him. Regardless, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't misconstrue a kind gesture as affection. She was simply bestowing a birthday gift. Something most people would do for a friend. Something Noriko didn't even attempt. Don't know how to break down Noriko's barriers. Been trying for a long time. She just never seems to warm up. Maybe chasing her is a lost cause. But I'm tired of being lonely. So tired. Noriko, Tomoe, I don't care. If either of them would accept me, I would give them everything I am. Just any woman. If you're a woman and alive, he wants you. I just don't want to be alone anymore. The start of another long night. Alone like always. The cadavers can hardly be called company. They don't speak, don't laugh at my jokes, not like the living people laugh at my jokes anyway. Beep boop.
Yeah?
Hey, I think I mentioned this a day or two ago, but our reserves have pretty much dried up.
Okay.
Reserves. She means her stash of corpses at the factory. She still has a way with words.
Anyway, 3 new requests came through today. I'm really excited. Maybe things will pick up again.
Maybe.
I'll send through photos of the Vics. Can you select some corpses that resemble them? Tomoe will come by with the van.
Okay.
Thanks. Are you okay? You're pretty quiet. More than usual, anyway.
I'm fine.
I see. Well, thanks. I'm sending the photos now. Message me when you're done. I'll send Tomoe over.
Yeah.
I end the call and return my phone to my pocket. It vibrates 3 times in quick succession as Noriko's photos automatically download. 3 requests, not much, but enough to lift her spirits. I scan the array of cold chambers lining the walls. This place is packed to the gills. Shouldn't be a problem to find some matches for her. I take a stroll alongside the left row of chambers. All the bodies within are due for cremation. I can take my pick from here, just like always, business as usual. I fish my phone out once more and examine the new photos. 2 women, 1 man. Middle-aged, young adult. Normal, everyday people. Corpse Girl will wrap her fingers around their throats and try to kill them. Will they shrug off the attempt on their lives? Time will tell. I'll do my best to help Noriko end their lives. I wander towards the computer at the end of the room and log in to the inventory system. Time to find some suitable bodies.
The corpses you picked out are good. 2 of them, anyway.
What's wrong with the third?
He looks a bit too old. Older than the victim, at any rate.
I see. Sorry.
It's not a problem. I think it'll still be convincing.
Are we delivering them today?
No, I received even more requests overnight. I need you to go select more cadavers.
Sheesh. Again?
Sorry. Aren't you happy that we're busy again?
Couldn't care less. I'm only doing this for you.
It's the truth, even if she doesn't want to hear it.
I heard that Tomoe got you a birthday gift.
Way to change the subject.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be your friend, and I was just so caught up within my own head that I couldn't be bothered with your birthday.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
So, if you'll accept a late gift, is there anything you would like?
A date. With you.
Anything else?
No.
You're being awfully forward today. I thought we agreed to just be friends. What's gotten into you?
Nothing. Forget it.
I have to look away from her to prevent her from seeing the snarl on my face.
I'll go pick out some cadavers for you. Later.
Okay. Bye.
I step away and mutter to myself.
Stupid.
I'm so stupid. Why am I acting so desperately around her all of a sudden?
Yo. What kind of hello is that? Frick.
Sauce. In a mood.
Always the case with you, ain't it?
Seems to be.
She gets me.
Listen, how about that cup of coffee you promised me?
Huh?
You know, come on, don't make me say it. You said you'd brew me some coffee with that French press thing. And, well, I could really use a cup, you know.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Sauce. Noriko has sent me to the morgue.
Why? She kill ya?
No.
Takes me a second to get that she's joking.
Oh.
Tomoe smiles warmly and waves her finger in the air.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it ain't every day a pretty girl offers to have coffee with ya. So are we doing this or what?
I can't fathom a reason for Tomoe's recent shift of attitude towards me. When we first started working together, she could hardly tolerate being in the same room as me. And now she wants me to brew coffee for her. Why? Does she want something from me? Is she in love with me? No, she's not. Definitely not. No one loves me. Even so, I don't want to be alone. How can I refuse her offer?
Okay, I can put off the morgue until later.
You finally came to your senses, huh? Well, come on then. Let's go to your place. I'll drive.
My place. The last time a girl visited my home, it was back when I lived in Noriko's apartment, back when Shizuku clicking my tongue serves to distract me from the painful memories.
Let's go.
Is she gonna find the dead body
This
of
is your
his
place,
girlfriend in a
huh?
cupboard?
It's freaking dark in here.
Sauce.
You a vampire or something?
Of course not. I was just outside in the sun with you.
True that.
Tomoe looks around at small room and stands uncomfortably by the wall.
You don't bring girls back here very often, do ya?
No.
Maybe if you made the place look more appealing, then girls just might want to come back here.
You're here.
Sure, but I'm complaining, ain't I?
True. Why are you here anyway? It's not for coffee, is it?
You're a sharp one, ain't ya? Listen, I wanted to talk to you away from, you know.
Your boyfriend?
No! Jeez! Away from Noriko!
Oh,
See, this whole thing's been going downhill, wouldn't you agree? All this shit with trying to make people off themselves? Sure, I'm used to it by now, but shit started to hit the fan.
how so?
Well, there's the business with, what was it? The human removal service?
Noriko told you about that?
Yeah, of course. We're besties, you know? They've been out there killing, and the police want to shift all the blame onto Corpse Girl. After all, Corpse Girl is the only killer that has gone public. Her name and website are written all over the body bags we deliver. People talk and everyone knows about her. So, of course the police are gonna assume she's behind all the murders. Except, she's not. Not really. A handful of them here and there, but even then, they're just suicides. Corpse Girl. Noriko. She ain't out there slashing necks and drowning people and setting houses on fire. She ain't doing any of that shit going down on the news.
I know all this.
Yeah. I'm just saying... If things keep up at this rate, the cops are gonna find her, Noriko. And she's gonna get locked up for life. I ain't gonna lie, she deserves it. The stuff she's doing is messed up. Thing is, me and you, we're accomplished...
Accomplices?
Yeah, that. We're in neck deep. If Noriko gets put on ice, we get taken along with her.
I see. You're worried about going to prison.
Of course I am. I've got people to take care of. What would Shinya do if I got locked up? What would he think of me? Not to mention my little brother and sister.
Tomoe's crestfallen countenance makes the room feel darker than it truly is. Her watery eyes break away from mine and she tries hard to restrain herself from sobbing.
I can't. I don't think I can do this anymore. No matter how much she pays me, I just can't keep risking it!
I understand this is difficult for her. She's torn between loyalty to a friend and her own freedom.
I think your course of action is clear.
It is?
Yes. You need to step away from the game. It won't do us any good if you're not totally invested. You could make a fatal mistake that has consequences for all of us. If you're not committed, not focused, it's best that you part ways with Noriko.
You know, you really are more understanding than you look. I thought you were a total social outcast with no feelings or empathy.
Thanks.
Let me finish. I was wrong. You're all right, Kojiro. I'll take your advice. I'll talk to Noriko and tell her I ain't cut out for this anymore.
It's for the best. I guess we won't hang out anymore.
Do we ever hang out?
Well, our deliveries, our time at the factory. Dunno. Kind of grew to like it.
Kojiro. Oh, shit. I forgot. There's something I still need to do for Noriko.
What's that?
She asked me to go to her apartment and pick up some clean clothes for her. I owe her that much at least. You wanna come with me?
Her apartment?
Noriko's apartment. My apartment. Not anymore. I haven't lived there for a while, but it will always feel like mine. I wonder if there are any old memories to find between its walls.
Okay, I'll come with you. Do I need to break any windows?
No, of course not. Noriko gave me her keys.
I see.
You sound disappointed.
I shrug and let her accusation slide. I didn't expect a flood of mundane recollections to drown my mind as soon as I started climbing the staircase. This place has such a hold over me. My past life, my life with Shizuko. It's so foggy but so familiar. I don't even feel like the same person I was back then. But of course that I'm the same, I'm still me. And the stench ingrained in these walls.
Every time I come in here, it smells worse and worse. What is it?
Don't know.
Mold, mildew? No, it's more sickening than that. It's something rotten.
Yuck. Anyway, her place is up just a few more levels.
I know.
Oh, you've been here before? Huh.
Tomoe abandons her thoughts in the air and continues to climb the stairs. When we reach the landing below Noriko's floor, a young girl's voice rings out.
Hello? Daddy?
It doesn't take long to identify the owner of the voice. A girl, no older than 7, is knocking repeatedly on the door of an apartment.
Huh?
She notices our arrival.
Who are you?
Kojiro.
Hello there. My name is Tomoe. What's your name?
Momo.
Nice to meet you, Momo. Do you live here?
Mm-hmm. The door's locked. I can't get inside.
I see.
Somehow the girl has locked herself out of her own apartment.
Is your mommy or daddy home?
I think Daddy is home, but he won't answer the door.
Let me try, okay?
The young girl hesitantly nods, nervousness evident on her features. Tomoe slams her fist against the apartment door, unafraid of holding back her strength.
Yo, anyone home up in here? Hello? Anyone there?
After a good 30 seconds of pounding the door, Tomoe puts her hands on her hips.
Are you sure your dad is home right now?
I think so. He was here right before I went outside to play.
Tomoe grimaces and looks at me dead in the eye.
You don't think something happened, do you?
Don't know.
I crouch down and rest my weight on one knee so that I come face to face with the girl.
What's your dad's name?
It's Kenji.
Kenji, huh? And what was he doing before you went to play?
Momo twiddles her fingers uncomfortably. Her expression turns thoughtful as she tries to remember.
He was watching TV.
I see. Thank you.
I stand back up and turn to Tomoe. She raises an eyebrow as if in disbelief of the polite persona I adopted to talk to the girl.
If he's got the TV on, it might be too loud for him to hear us. Anyway, I'm sure he'll open the door soon. We should go up to Noriko's.
You're unbelievable. I ain't leaving this girl here. What if something bad happened to her dad?
Something happened to Dad?
No, honey. I didn't mean it like that. Kojiro, we need to get in there.
Tomoe's sentence is cut off as the apartment door suddenly opens. A formidable man, broad-shouldered and with smouldering expression, now inhibits the open doorway.
Clear the doorway.
He takes one look at Momo and then turns his neck to bark at somebody behind him.
The daughter's right here. Bring her with us. Hurry it up.
The stern man pushes past me and I stumble as I try to get out of his way. I don't like being pushed around, but the sight of half a dozen uniformed police officers shuffling out of the apartment behind him encourages me not to retaliate.
Daddy?
Dragged along behind one of the officers is a handcuffed man in disheveled clothes. Oh, she's using their
thank God.
internet.
Sweetie, Daddy has to go to the police station for a little bit.
She's using their internet, wasn't she?
I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry.
Before he can squeeze out another word, the police officers yank him away from his daughter. He is accompanied downstairs and disappears from view within moments.
Daddy! Come back! Daddy!
The final police officer to exit the apartment bends down in front of Momo. He mumbles something to her, then grabs her shoulders in an attempt to steer her towards the staircase.
Let go of me! Daddy!
What the fuck is going on here?
Tomoe takes a step towards the officer, her fingers slowly curling into a fist.
Don't.
I clutch her fist in my own hand and force her to lower it.
Don't get involved. It's a police matter.
I think she understands my vague warning as she stops struggling against me.
Momo.
The young girl is escorted downstairs and Tomoe stands defeated next to me.
What the hell just happened?
Ooh. It's all going down. Witnessing that man, Kenji, get arrested in front of his own daughter seems to have dampened Tomoe's spirits. Although he's a stranger, I can't help but feel bad for the guy. Don't know what he did wrong, but surely his daughter didn't need to see that going down.
You okay?
Tomoe ignores me as she rifles through Noriko's drawers. I decide to bite my tongue and simply take a seat on the edge of the bed. The first man to leave that apartment, the guy with the broad shoulders. He looked familiar, very familiar. Seemed to be in charge of the officers. Surely Tomoe would have been like, you're my boyfriend's dad. A detective. Yes, that's it. A police detective. I've seen him on TV a few times lately. He's the one heading up the investigation of the recent homicides. The one accusing Corpse Girl of being the culprit behind the Human Removal Service's string of murders. Interesting. Then, the man he apprehended, Kenji, is he involved with a case? Is he a suspect? Is he the Herald? A neighbour of Noriko's, could it truly be? Could Kenji truly be the leader of the Human Removal Service? I tried to connect all the dots in my mind. He lives close to Noriko. He might even be on speaking terms with her. He might have access to Noriko's computer, her website. Could he have been the original hacker stealing Corpse Girl's requests, the copycat? It all seems coincidental, but it almost makes sense. It's more likely than not the copycat is someone who personally knows Noriko, someone who has an inside view of her life. But what's his motive? Looked like a normal guy, just a father living with his daughter. What could have inspired him to embark on a killing spree? Actually, for that matter, what inspired Noriko to do the same in the first place? Never mind that. It's irrelevant right now. Kenji, are you the one we've been looking for? Are you allied with Junpei Matsumoto? Are you the prophet, the herald, the one capable of standing toe-to-toe with Corpse Girl?
Okay, I'm done.
I blink a few times and look at Tomoe. She's standing with a pile of clothes neatly nestled in her arms.
Can we get going?
Yeah.
Leaving now, it's for the best. I want to get home, want to spend some time with my thoughts. There's a lot of new information to sort through. I was like, that's a long pause. Not a morning person, never have been. but running with Noriko has forced me to get up early more times than I can count. Doesn't mean I'm getting used to it. Still can't prevent myself from yawning. Doesn't help that last night was a sleepless one. Couldn't convince my overactive mind to take a break. Even distractions didn't help. Couldn't concentrate on reading. Couldn't focus on tidying the apartment. Nothing worked. The same questions kept bouncing around the inside of my skull. Where the sun came up, I decided to stop torturing myself and just confront Noriko. Perhaps she has some answers.
Wake up.
I lean over her near lifeless body and whisper sharply. Don't want to scare her awake. Don't want her to ignore me either.
Noriko, wake up.
My whisper becomes more of a hiss and the girl before me begins to stir. She rubs her eyes, a familiar sight thanks to all the times I've woken her up lately.
Again, Kojiro? What time is it?
Early. Listen, got some questions for you.
Give me a break.
She sighs, sits up and reaches in her handbag lying next to her futon. After rummaging through its contents for a few seconds, she curses under her breath. It's not come up about... She's clearly not going to work anymore. Nothing's been mentioned about the fact she clearly doesn't have a job now.
No coffee.
Here.
I toss her a silver can of coffee I picked up from a vending machine on the way over. I know the drill by now, know Noriko well. The can slips through Noriko's slender fingers and comes to rest safely in her lap.
Oh, thanks.
She cracks open the tab and takes a long sip, effectively draining half the contents in one swig.
This is nice.
She thoughtfully examines the front of the can, ruining her fingers, running her fingers along the embossed
Glad you
logo.
like it. Now, questions.
Fine, go.
Do you know a guy named Kenji? With a daughter, Momo?
Noriko cocks her head to the side as if this was the last question she expected to hear from me.
Yeah, I know them. They're my neighbors, kind of. They live on the floor below me.
That's right. You on speaking terms?
More or less.
Her eyes dart away from mine and she takes a moment to think.
Almost sweet. A nice girl. Kenji... We used to talk, but then... Well, I think he's lost respect for me. Let's leave it at that.
I see.
This is weird. How do you know those two?
Suppose it can't hurt to tell her. Tomoe probably will if I don't.
Went to your apartment yesterday with Tomoe.
You did?
Had to collect clothes for you. Going upstairs, we saw Kenji get arrested by the police. Lots of cops. And the detective from TV.
Detective? Wait, Kenji got arrested? Why?
Don't know. They took him away in cuffs. Took Momo too.
No, the detective. You're not talking about the one heading up the murder investigations, are you?
It's him. Big guy.
Fujikawa.
Huh? Fujikawa?
Yeah.
Interesting. Didn't know his name before. Detective Fujikawa. Not exactly the type I want to cross. Noriko's shoulders slump.
Poor Kenji. I wonder why he got arrested.
It's weird that Tomoe didn't, like, he didn't acknowledge Tomoe being there and Tomoe didn't say something to him. Because they've met. She said she's met him when she's gone to her boyfriend's house. A flicker of realization flashes across her face. Within a split second, Noriko's defeated expression gives way to a hideous, wicked smile. Her eyes narrow and a shrill laugh pierces my ears.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Don't know if she's lost the plot or if she figured something out.
All those precautions I took, all that preparation, it finally paid off!
Spill it. What are you talking about?
Okay. Right. Listen carefully. When this all started, when Corpse Girl first told me to start killing.
When Corpse Girl first told her? I thought she was Corpse Girl. That's what she's always referred to herself as.
I knew that running the website from my apartment was a risk. I knew accessing the database of the deceased could be tracked by anyone watching me. I took certain measures to protect myself. To protect Corpse Girl's work.
What did you do?
I pinned everything on Kenji Ogawa. I used his internet service, his Wi-Fi. I used his address for registering my website. I used his name for every service I signed up to. Everything I did created a trail of breadcrumbs that would point to Kenji in the event that the authorities ever came looking for Corpse Girl.
Devious. Cunning. Noriko planned everything from the start with a great amount of forethought. More concerning is the fact that she wasn't afraid to throw her neighbour to the wolves in order to save her own skin. Still, if I take Noriko at her word, this rules Kenji out as the mastermind behind the human removal service. He couldn't be the herald that Junpei Matsumoto spoke of. He was just a scapegoat, wrong place, wrong time.
Clever. I'm impressed.
Thank you. It finally paid off. The police will either treat Kenji as the culprit, or release him once they figure out he's not who they're looking for. Either way, they'll be back to square one. And I'm off the hook.
Sure, if you say so.
They're not gonna, like, while eliminating him, come up with the fact that he lets you use his internet.
That's all well and good, but you've been conducting a lot of work recently, since you stopped living in your apartment.
What's your point?
Been logging to Corpse Girl's website from here, from the factory. You've been accessing that database of the deceased, too. Don't you think if the authorities trace that, they'll just come looking for you here?
I'm using my cell service to connect to the web. I'm not using a dedicated internet connection. And I'm running my connection through a proxy to mask my IP address. That can't be traced, right?
I shake my head. I'm pretty sure it can be tracked. Not my area of expertise, though.
No, but I'd be cautious if I were you. The cops will figure out Kenji's not guilty soon enough. Just you wait. Normal guy like that, he won't be able to give them any of the information they're looking for. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets released before the weekend.
So?
Hitting a dead end like that will only enrage the police, especially that detective, Fujikawa. Don't you think they'll redouble their efforts after that? They'll surely do whatever it takes to catch the true culprit.
Yeah, sure, I hear you, but Corpse Girl really isn't the one they're looking for. The human removal service is behind most of the recent deaths.
They don't know that. They only have eyes for Corpse Girl. You made her famous. Made her known in every household across Tokyo. She's as much at fault as the human removal service. And you know it. If they catch you, let's just say you won't be let off the hook so easily.
Noriko folds her arms across her chest angrily. Not my fault she doesn't want to hear the truth. This whole conversation has given me a headache. All my assumptions on the identity of the Herald led me to a brick wall. But I did glean one interesting piece of information from Noriko's words. A phrase that loops within my mind verbatim. When Corpse Girl first told me to start killing, I rubbed my chin in thought.
Gotta go. You good here?
Noriko drains the rest of her coffee and tosses the can aside.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. Later then.
Noriko doesn't speak another word. I leave in silence. Got a few hours before I need to be at the morgue. Usual night shift. Not a good combination with an early morning. At least there are no deliveries to make today, for Noriko or for Corpse Girl. For the best. If Tomoe is quitting the business, we won't have a driver. Didn't really think it through when I encouraged her to go with her gut. Oh well, that's on Noriko. She's the brains behind the operation. I'm simply the muscle, just like I always tell her. Corpse Girl told Noriko to kill people. That's what she said. That's what Corpse Girl, that's what the person I know as Noriko told me. That begs a follow-up question. If Noriko isn't Corpse Girl, then who is? Is Corpse Girl a person, someone whispering instructions in Noriko's ear? Has that always been the case? Was I so blindsided by Noriko's ambitions for grandeur that I disregarded the truth behind her words? Is Noriko nothing but a puppet? Too many questions. Doubt Noriko will willingly spell it out for me, not if she's gone to such lengths to mask the truth for so long. When Corpse Girl first told me to start killing, I can't get the quote out of my head. Too many moving pieces in this puzzle. Noriko, Corpse Girl, the Human Removal Service, the Herald, Junpei Matsumoto and Kenji Ogawa. Too many assumptions, too many shadowy figures. Makes me angry. Don't like it when I don't understand something. I'm clever, sharp, like to know everything. Like to predict what's going to happen next. Like to remain one step ahead of everyone I know. Right now, I feel 3 steps behind Noriko, behind whatever Corpse Girl is. Maybe Tomoe has the right idea. Maybe getting out of this situation is for the best. Though, could I really make a clean break? Could I really just walk away? Noriko isn't afraid to play dirty. That has become increasingly more evident, especially with the Kenji situation. If I walked, would I have to be on guard for the rest of my life? Would I have to be cautious of every shadow that flits in the darkness? Would Corpse Girl come to claim me as her own? That begs the question. If Tomoe quits now, will Noriko try to buy her silence with blood? She'll do anything to ensure her name isn't dragged through the dirt. Tomoe knows too much as me. She could compromise Noriko's entire operation if she lets the wrong words slip out in front of the wrong people. Because of that, I have to believe that Noriko won't stand for it. Tomoe's life will be in danger if she quits now. I don't know how. I don't know by what measure Noriko will strike from the shadows. The girl is weak of body though, strong of mind. And her ambitions are steeled by some otherworldly fate of will.
Noriko won't let Tomoe walk away from this.
Speaking the words aloud and hearing the echo through my apartment helps reaffirm the truth. I have to warn Tomoe. I don't know if it's too late. I don't know if she's told Noriko that she'll be quitting. But there's no time to waste.
Can I help you?
Tomoe in?
She's, are you a friend of hers?
Yeah. This is an emergency.
Really? Hang on. I'll go get her.
I wait patiently as the guy, I assume Tomoe's boyfriend, goes to fetch her. It's fairly late now, the sun is setting and I might miss the start of my shift at the morgue. This is more urgent.
Kojiro? What the fuck are you doing here?
Need a word.
How'd you get my address? You know what? I'd rather not know.
Tomoe, who is this guy? Why does he smell like...
Long story.
Is he bothering you? Should I take care of him?
My nostrils flare a little as I choke back a laugh. This guy is pretty scrawny. I'm no martial arts champion, but I find it hard to believe he'd pose a threat to me.
Nah, it's all good. He's harmless. Mostly.
I see.
He flashes me an I was going to say unobtrusive, untrusting glare.
Need to talk. It's important.
Fine, come in, come in.
Him.
I point a finger at the boyfriend.
He needs to go.
Seriously?
Yes, come on. What do you think I'm here to talk about?
Ugh. Yeah, fair point. Shinya, can you, clear off for a bit?
Tomoe, I want to know what's going on here. Just who is this guy? Is he an ex-boyfriend of yours? Because I'll fight him. You just watch me.
No need for that. Not here to steal your girl.
Just listen to him, Shinya. You've no need to worry.
Fine then. I can tell when I'm not wanted. If anyone needs me, I'll be outside.
The boyfriend storms off like an upset toddler, and I finally allow myself to crack a smile.
What a catch.
Shut up. You don't know him like I do.
Okay.
Tomoe shuts the front door, leaving us alone in her apartment.
So what the fuck is this all about?
I need to know. Have you told Noriko you're quitting?
Nah, not yet. Surely you could have asked me that over noise.
Probs. Thought you might be in danger already.
Danger? Why?
Have a theory. Reckon Noriko will cut us up if we leave our merry band.
Nah. Noriko and I are besties. She wouldn't hurt me.
Don't act so certain. Noriko will do anything to protect herself. That neighbor of hers, the guy that got arrested, she set him up from the very start. Made him take the fall so she wouldn't become a suspect.
You're shitting me.
Dead serious. And
I take a moment to consider the best way to announce my next theory.
don't think Noriko's working alone.
Tomoe simply frowns at what I consider to be a startling revelation.
Well, of course she's not. We're working with her.
Guess I didn't explain it well enough.
Not what I meant. Noriko. Noriko may not be the ringleader here like we assumed. She said, and I quote, "When Corpse Girl first told me to start killing," end quote.
Tomoe's silent contemplation convinces me that I'm onto something. Something that neither of us had stumbled upon previously.
Well, shit. I thought Noriko was Corpse Girl. She always calls herself that. In fact, she even admitted it to me once. Yeah, I remember it. I kinda suspected it and I asked her about it, and she confirmed it.
Sure about that?
Well, pretty sure, yeah.
Interesting.
Now I'm starting to doubt myself.
Don't sweat it. Noriko does refer to herself as Corpse Girl. I'm sure of it.
Right? I thought so.
But I'm still uneasy about it. Someone convinced her to start killing. And she seems to think it was Corpse Girl.
I don't get
Like
it.
split personality thing? Why is that not occurring to you?
Neither do I. But I'll get to the bottom of it.
Right.
For now, for your own safety, don't tell Noriko you're quitting.
Seriously?
I don't know how she'll react.
What a drag. I really don't want to do this anymore.
Be patient. Give me a bit of time.
You sure you can sort this out?
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating my confidence. I'm determined to learn the truth about Noriko and the identity of Corpse Girl. Maybe I can figure out why this all started, why Noriko is so intent on continuing down her path of destruction.
Leave it to me.
Thanks.
Later then.
I make my way to the front door and swing it open. I'm slightly startled when a heavy form stumbles into me. With his ear pressed up against the door, Tomoe's boyfriend couldn't avoid falling forwards as the door opened. I looked down at him sprawled on the floor, groaning.
You okay?
He'll be fine. Get up, Shinya.
He clambers to his feet and dusts off his trousers.
I was,
Gotta go.
Don't have time for this. I push past him and make my way out of the apartment complex. My late arrival at the morgue is not met by any form of chastisement. The place is empty, devoid of life, nothing out of the ordinary there. Though, something is off. It's too empty. Glancing around at the walls of cold chambers, I immediately notice something suspicious. The majority of the chamber doors aren't sealed shut. They're slightly ajar, as though the last person to access them didn't close them properly. I would never do such a thing. I know to press the doors firmly enough that they lock in place. Leaving a cold chamber unsealed is a surefire way to assist in a cadaver's deterioration. And an unsealed chamber allows the odour of decay to leak into the morgue. Right now, I don't smell anything out of the ordinary. Meaning, these cold chambers are empty. Someone has removed the cadavers that were stored inside. This place was full to the brim just a day ago. There wasn't a single empty cold chamber. Now, a cursory glance shows that there's a good 90% of the cold chambers are unsealed.
Fuck.
My initial sense of uncertainty gives way to panic. I jog towards the left wall of chambers and start pulling the sliding trays out one by one. Empty, empty, empty. One after the other. Each chamber is devoid of its macabre contents. Even the HRPs have been removed.
Shit.
I come across one cold chamber that is still sealed. I press the release button as I pull the handle forward. The familiar hiss of cold air escaping from the hollow space does little to allay my fears. I slide the tray out and sigh. Empty. It would seem that even the properly closed chambers have been evacuated.
Fuck shit.
I dash to the opposite wall, the row of cold chambers that store bodies not due for cremation. The row that Noriko isn't allowed to access to. But just like the other wall, every chamber is empty. Doors ajar, unsealed, empty. I thoroughly check each and every one.
No luck.
I trudge towards the computer at the far wall. Logging into the inventory, I scan through the list of recent arrivals and departures. No bodies came in today, unusual, but not itself a cause for concern. More importantly, no bodies have been checked off as removed from the premises. Each and every body that has disappeared from the place has not been accounted for. The correct protocols have not been adhered to. I can only draw one conclusion. The morgue has been robbed.
Sorry to rock up so late.
It's fine. I was awake.
Okay. Bad news.
Hit me.
Morgue's been plundered.
Plundered? What, are you a pirate now? Wait, your tone. You're not joking.
No.
Explain.
All the cadavers have been stolen. Cold chambers are completely empty.
Fuck!
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
How could you let this happen?
Me? I'm no security guard. Don't put this on me.
How am I supposed to acquire corpses now? How the fuck am I supposed to appease Corpse Girl?
Despite the fact she's having a Noriko moment, I don't miss the fear in her voice. Appease Corpse Girl. Not something you'd say if referring to yourself. She's clearly referring to someone else, some other being. She's had a psychological break. Why is that not occurring to him? There's an explanation for this. You know she's off her rocker. She's separated the two personas. Why is that not an option to him? Time to put her on the spot. Sick of always being 3 steps behind.
Who's Corpse Girl?
What?
Who is she?
Don't act dense. I'm Corpse Girl. If you're trying to be funny, it isn't working. Now isn't the time. We've lost everything, Kojiro. I've got a couple of bodies here at the factory, but they're allocated to victims already. If Corpse Girl gets any new requests, we won't be able to fulfill them.
There, you did it again. You referred to Corpse Girl as another person.
Can you stop messing around? Don't you see how serious this is?
I do.
I do. I see how serious this entire situation has become. Noriko is delusional. She refers to Corpse Girl both as herself and as another person. She pays no heed to the difference in her words, even when called out on it. She doesn't seem to be aware that she's doing it. Could be a personality disorder. Now it occurs to him. Now it occurs to him. That's my first fucking thought. Can't place blame on her if that's the case, but I think it's more than that. She believes she's being guided or goaded by Corpse Girl, forced to achieve her ambitions. There's more to it than a personality disorder. Something I'm not seeing.
So, what do we do?
What can we do? You'll have to break into another morgue. Start stealing corpses for me.
No.
What do you mean, no? Don't say no to me.
I'd do just about anything for you. But sometimes, you need to know when to call it. There's no moving forward from here.
I can't give up, Kojiro. We've come so far.
Somebody stole the cadavers from the morgue. From my morgue. Somebody who knows what I'm involved in. It wasn't an attempt to stop what we're doing.
What do you mean?
It was a message. Whoever did it wanted to prove that they are more powerful than we are. Pulling several hundred stiffs from a morgue, all at once, without getting busted? That's something even we couldn't achieve. Someone knows our operation, inside and out. Someone knows what we do and how we do it. And they wanted to prove that they can do it better.
The human removal service.
Who else?
Damn it.
Hope you can see the truth now. We can't continue with them in the picture.
You're right. Our next move is to destroy them. Destroy the Herald.
That wasn't exactly what I was getting at. I was only trying to discourage Noriko from continuing with her operation.
What do you propose?
You said you'd do nearly anything for me, right?
More or less.
Then, hunt down Junpei Matsumoto. Again, he needs to reveal the identity of his leader, the Herald.
Right. Didn't work so well last time.
Can't forget that night, had the guy beaten and bruised on the ground, stubborn pup.
You were interrupted last time. Aoi got in the way, didn't she?
Yeah. Tried to defend her boyfriend.
You need to extract information from Junpei at any cost. When you're done, kill him.
I have no problem with that. But if Aoi is present again, I'll have to back down.
A few seconds of silence makes me ponder if Noriko still has her head in the conversation. I'm about to repeat myself when she finally speaks.
If Aoi interferes, kill her.
And just like that, Noriko's true heart is revealed. She will stop at nothing to achieve her goals. I was right to fear for Tomoe's life earlier. I was right to fear for my own. If Noriko will cut down her best friend in the world, then she will show no mercy to anyone else. This kind of resolve, this still-hearted determination, I can't help but admire it. I respect Noriko.
If I do this for you, I want something in return.
What?
Be with me.
You still want me?
I've never wanted you more. I'm in love with you, Noriko. In case that wasn't clear before.
Okay. Take care of this issue for me, and you can call me yours.
Yes, nothing sexier than a straight guy and a lesbian. That's just gonna be a great relationship with lots of good sex.
I'll be your girlfriend, or your wife, or your mistress. Whatever you want, my heart will be yours.
That's all I wanted to hear. All I needed to hear. I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to feel lonely. Noriko, Shizuko, even Tomoe, it doesn't matter. I just want somebody to love me, to hold me.
Okay, I'm on it. Leave it to me.
Thank you, Kojiro. I'm putting my faith in you.
I step back, turn around, look up, stare at the stars in the pollution-clouded sky. When we get together, perhaps we can live in Noriko's apartment. My old place. It would be like coming home after a long absence. Noriko will replace Shizuko in my heart. And life will go on. Okay. We have done some plot progression. She has decided to be like, kill baby talking bitch who doesn't want me. It's getting interesting. I think I was about to say I think we're climaxing. You know what you know what I mean. I think we're climaxing. Okay. I am going to see you tomorrow for the stream we were supposed to do. And Corpse Factory, hopefully, do you know what? I'll look into it. Hopefully we'll finish Corpse Factory on Saturday. If it looks like it's going to be longer, maybe I'll do a Thursday. Maybe I'll do a Thursday Corpse Factory. Yeah, we'll. Oh, do I have something planned for Friday? I'll do something. We will finish this. This will end on Saturday. It will end on Saturday. I will end this thing. And I really want to know what happens. Bye-bye.